After the French Grand Prix, Staf had invited both his parents and Maurice for a special occasion. There was something to celebrate. They could only gather for lunch near the end of July, but the date was set, and in the meantime, Staf continued his work as a mechanic. On the 29th of July, his parents arrived, soon followed by Maurice. Without much explanation, Staf opened a bottle of champagne. The gesture surprised them all. They knew he had been racing across Europe, but little more. Then, Maurice shared the news. Staf had won the French Grand Prix. And more than that, he was in contention for the World Championship. The room erupted in celebration. Pride, joy, disbelief, it all came together in that moment. But as evening fell, the mood shifted. The telephone rang. It was Johnny Claes. His voice carried terrible news. Joe Fry, one of Staf's fellow competitors, had been involved in a crash at the Blandford Hill climb. The injuries were too severe. He had not survived. Staf slowly put down the phone and sat beside Marie. She immediately saw that something was wrong. When he shared the news, the room fell silent. The joy of the day vanished in an instant. Marie, her parents, and Staf's own family were shaken to the core. In August, Staf stepped away from his work. He spent his days with Marie and young Sebastian. At the beach, in the parks, making the most of the quiet moments. Marie appreciated it deeply. And for Staf, the reality of racing had never felt clearer. One mistake, one lapse in concentration, that was all it took. And then, the time came. The Italian Grand Prix. The final round. At Monza, journalists filled the paddock. The story was irresistible. A three-way fight for the championship. Prince Bira, the leader. Staf Vermeulen, the unexpected challenger. And Nino Farina, once the favorite, now fighting from behind. Yet Staf's mind lingered elsewhere. Farina noticed. The Italian approached him, offering a few quiet words. Joe Fry should be remembered, he said, but life goes on. To dwell on it would invite fear, and fear had no place in a race like this. Staf understood. And so it began. The Italian Grand Prix, the final race, the decisive battle. Only one man would leave Monza as world champion. And now we'll take you to the free practice results for the 1950 Italian Grand Prix. It is Juan Manuel Fangio who takes the top spot in the free practice of this last race in the season with a 1:45.254. Then we have his teammate Nino Farina, one of the title contenders, in P2. Then we have Luigi Fagioli, the third Alfa Romeo, in third place. After that we have Louis Rosier, Alberto Ascari, Greg Parnell, Felice Bonetto, Prince Bira in 8th place, the other title contender. Then in 9th place we have Peter Whitehead, then Louis Chiron, Raymond Sommer, Teodoro Serafini, Eugène Chabot and Robert Manzon. This is the second part of the free practice results. We have in 15th place Philippe Étancelin, then Bob Gerard, then Cabantou, Sanesi, Levesque, De Graffenried, Harrison, the third title contender in P22, Staf Vermeulen. Then we have David Murray, Franco Comotti, Gonzalez, Biondetti, Mares, Louveau. And here we have the final part of the free practice results. Franco Roll, Paul Peach, Piero Taruffi and Maurice Trintignant. Staf is ready for qualifying. He is ready to get out of the pits, fires up the car and makes his way to the pit exit. There he notices that he has been given a penalty for speeding into the pits. He didn't think there was a penalty for that. And here we have Staf ready for his first flying lap. He crosses the start-finish line now and is ready to take on a flying lap of the Monza circuit in the Italian Grand Prix. He makes his way all the way to Curva Grande. I do believe that is Curva Grande. It's a flat-out right-hander. He doesn't have to lift at all, which is great for his speed. Very bumpy, making him lose a couple of kilometers per hour, but everything's fine on the left-hander. That will lead into the Lesmos. He has to brake at 100 meters into third gear and takes it around an average of 130 kilometers an hour. Then the second Lesmo is a little bit faster, 140 kilometers an hour. And then he is going down the straight. First left-hand kink, it is a kink, not a full-on turn, which he can take flat out, and then another left-hand turn that does not need any braking at all. Can go flat out through it. The speed is rising, the heat is rising in his engine as well. Let mean problems, issues for the Grand Prix. We don't know. But Staf notices the heat rising. Then the Parabolica curve. Staf loses control in his first flying lap, is in the gravel but manages to keep going and will finish his lap probably so that he is on the board, so that he gets a qualifying time. Out of the final corner he goes after that mistake, up to the start-finish line. And what will his time be? His time will be a 1:56.632. Here we have the end of his second flying lap, in which he improves into a 1:52, and then another lap in which he improves once again, a 1:51.628. And here we have the end of his penultimate lap, in which he brakes hard for the Parabolica curve turn. It is the final section or final minutes of the qualifying session, and Staf has given it his all. He has used up all of his laps in order to get a good qualifying time and a good qualifying position. This time his time will be a 1:49.479, which gives him 7th position on the grid for the moment. But Staf does not give up. He knows he's in title contention, so he will give it his all with his aging Talbot Lago to get a good qualifying position. He goes through Curva Grande right now. He knows he doesn't have a lot of fuel left, meaning the car is lighter, meaning he will be gaining more top speed. Then he comes up to the first of the Lesmos. He brakes a little later than usual, shifts down to third gear, takes the corner a little faster than usual. And here's a second Lesmo in which he also takes the corner faster than usual, which will probably net him a few tenths come the end of the lap. And the left-hand kink to the straight. Under the bridge he goes once again. Then he takes the other left-hander onto the straight to the Parabolica turn.
You're down at the second sector.
He feels that he has gained time, but will he have gained time? He puts the pedal to the metal. Heat to the engine is rising, and Staf sees the markers. He brakes later than usual, third gear. He keeps the car under control. Manage the first part, manage the second part of the Parabolica turn, Parabolica corner, and he fires up the engine or goes straight to the start-finish line. What will his time be? It will be a 1:48.147, which gives him 6th position. But wait, what do I hear? There are issues for Staf. Here we have the qualifying results for the 1950 Italian Grand Prix. Juan Manuel Fangio takes his second pole position ever. Next to him is his teammate and title contender Nino Farina. In third place we have Felice Bonetto, and in fourth place we have Louis Rosier. Then we have in P5 the Ferrari of Alberto Ascari. Then in sixth place Franco Comotti. The other title contender Prince Vira in seventh place. Then we have Luigi Fagioli. In ninth place we have Consalvo Sanesi, and Philippe Tancelin rounds off the top 10. After that we have Piero Taruffi, Teodoro Serafini, Louis Chiron, Greg Parnell, Chabot, Cabantu, Manzon, Raymond Sommer, Gus Harrison, Bob Gerard, Tullio de Graffenried, Roll, Clemente Biondetti, back again in P24, David Murray, then newcomer Paul Peach in P25, then we have Gonzalez in 26th position, Maurice Trintignant takes P27, Pierre Levesque takes P28, then we have two newcomers in P29, we have Henri Louveau, and in 30th position we have Guy Meres. Then in P31st or P31, we have the other title contender, Staf Vermeulen. He was disqualified after the qualifying session, after it was deemed that he had done too many laps. So he starts off on the back foot. Then in P32 we have Peter Whitehead, and he is in the same situation as Staf Vermeulen. He was disqualified for having done too many laps. One lap too many. Here we are, ready for the start of the 1950 Italian Grand Prix. Staf revs the engine, waiting for the green flag, and they are off. He doesn't get a good start, but a lot of cars bogged down. He is gaining some positions already from the start. He is in 18th position, excuse me, for the moment, and he's chasing down Greg Parnell. Greg Parnell is just in front of him. Will Staf be able to capitalize on mistakes from his competitors? Maybe he will win the title that way if the other title contenders make a mistake. And a car is rolling over, tumbling. That was Raymond Sommer. I hope he survived. We'll see a replay of that shortly. My God, what a crash that was. We'll see a replay shortly. And they go through to the left-hand king, to the Lesmos, the first of the Lesmos. And there is another car tumbling that had a crash. That was Rosier, it seems. Yes, and now he has Cabantou in front of him. Staf has Cabantou in front of him. Second Lesmo has been navigated and he powers out of it. And he has got Greg Parnell behind him, but keeps Parnell behind him. No, he does not keep Parnell behind him. Parnell is closing in on Staf, but Staf has got good straight line speed for the moment and is pulling away. No, Greg Parnell is staying close, but now Staf is pulling away. Splits two cars and goes through, and now he has got the Graffenried in front of him. Staf is currently P13. He passes the Graffenried without any issues, and now he comes to the Parabolica turn, the corner, Parabolica corner. Has to lift off a little, doesn't take it too well, so that means that the Graffenried has been able to close the gap, and now Staf is on the main finish straight, on the main straight, and he is P13 for the moment. Where is the Graffenried? Will the Graffenried overtake him after the first lap? We are entering the second lap. Yes, Staf is now P12, still lots to go. Here we have a replay of the lap 1 tumble of Raymond Sommer. He seems to lose control of his car, tumbles, but the car and driver seem okay. And then in the background you see somebody tumbling as well. Next we have a replay of Eugène Chabot following Staf. He sees Sommer and then tumbles as well. Many cartwheels there. I hope the driver is okay after such a horrendous crash. Here we still have a replay of lap 1 following Guy Meres, who also loses control and also makes a little cartwheel close to where Raymond Sommer crashed, and now he too has to retire. Still on lap 1 we are following Pierre Levesque, who loses control and also makes a cartwheel and is heavily crashing. I hope the driver's okay. And in the background we can see Franco Roll getting collected. We'll see a replay of that shortly as well. Speaking of the replay of Franco Roll, here we have it. He's crashing heavily after losing control and then gets collected by several cars. Again here, and has to retire because of the damage on his car. This is the last of the lap 1 incidents. We have Giro Cabantou losing control, crashing heavily and losing a wheel and has to retire his car because of it. After all that chaos on lap 1, we are following Staf now on the start of lap 1. He's going through Curva Grande. He is chasing down Louis Chiron, and will he be able to pass the Monegasque driver? Yes, without issue. And who is that in front of Staf? Is that Prince Bira, the other title contender? Will Staf be able to overtake Prince Bira or not? He is close, but he knows that the Talbot Lago under his buttocks is not the fastest accelerating car of the bunch, meaning that Louis Chiron is able to close the gap on Staf. They are on the other straight, on the other long straight after Lesmo 2, and Louis Chiron is neck on neck, side by side with Staf Vermeulen, but Staf's car is powering through and he's leaving Louis Chiron behind, and now he's sets his sights on Prince Bira. Here we have on lap 2 the three-way battle between Farina, Bonetto and Fangio for the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. As it stands, Farina is world champion of 1950, but Felice Bonetto will try to win the race, the Grand Prix. He goes to the right. They are coming up to the Parabolica. Felice Bonetto brakes later, goes through the Parabolica corner, almost loses control. He has taken the lead of the Italian Grand Prix, and as it stands now, Prince Bira is world champion of 1950. Farina is second, but he needs the win to become champion. Will he be able to overcome it? Now that Felice Bonetto has taken the lead, Prince Bira in front of Staf is champion, but Staf sees Prince Bira and overtakes him without issue. Staf brakes late, turns in, but understeers out of the corner. He understeers. This allows Prince Bira to overtake Staf again. He almost loses control. Take it easy, Prince Bira. I hear that we have another retirement. We are following Philippe Etancelin. The number 24 car loses control, tumbles again. This is the Grand Prix of tumbling. What a crash. I hope the driver is okay. Yes, it does seem that he is okay. It has been an eventful 2 laps already. We are coming up onto lap 3. We see Louis Chiron overtaking Staf Vermeulen, but Staf's car is gaining speed and he will overtake the Monegasque driver right now. And in front of him, he has the other title contender, Prince Bira. Staf Vermeulen gaining speed, and into Curva Grande they go, and he has overtaken Prince Bira. We are a lap later on lap 4. Staf Vermeulen is navigating the Curva del Seraglio, and he will make his way under the bridge shortly into the Curva del Via Leone, onto the Retifilo Centro, and he sees that his temperature is rising. He is wondering, can the car take all the punishment that Monza is giving him? That it is giving the car. And now he sees that the temperature has risen too much. His car is overheating, so he has to take measures now. Here we have a replay of Gonzalez taking too much speed into the Parabolica and crashes next to the spectators. I hope no one has gotten hurt. I hope the driver is okay as well. Gonzalez retires. On lap 6, following Paul Peach, who takes too much speed into the Lesmo corner, crashes into the barrier, and because of damage sustained has to retire. We are now on lap 7, and who is that in the mirrors on Staf's car? That is the rival Peter Whitehead, the guy that has battled Vermeulen throughout this season. Whitehead is close by, and the battle for P10, a non-points scoring position, is on. Whitehead is close and close and close. Here we have a replay of Louveau getting lapped by several of the front runners. He loses control, crashes heavily into the building and into the crowd. I hope everybody's okay. We'll have to wait after the race for the news. Here we are in the Parabolica corner at the end, or near the end of lap 7. We see that Peter Whitehead has closed up the gap to Staf Vermeulen, and Peter Whitehead's car is faster. Ahead you saw a car about to be lapped. Peter Whitehead overtakes Staf Vermeulen at the start of lap 8. So Peter Whitehead is P10 right now, but Staf's car is gaining speed. Staf goes to the right and will use the lapped car in order to overtake Peter Whitehead and keep him behind in Curva Grande. There you go, and Staf Vermeulen is ahead once again. On the Rettifilio, onto Parabolica. Staf brakes late, but he seems to understeer into Parabolica. This will allow Peter Whitehead to close the gap to Staf. He is now less than 3/10 behind him. Will Peter Whitehead be able to catch Staf and overtake the young Belgian driver? The title contender has to fight for the positions, but it seems that Staf's car is gaining the speed necessary to keep Peter Whitehead behind at the start of lap 9. Into the first of the Lesmos we go. Staf brakes late, but not well enough. It seems that Peter Whitehead is closing in on the Belgian driver into Lesmo 2. There you go. Look at how close Peter Whitehead is. Over a tenth, less than 3/10 now, but Staf is powering out of the Lesmo. We are going to the Curva del Seraglio, onto the bridge, under the bridge. And there you go. Peter Whitehead almost loses control to the Curva del Via Leone. There you go. But what is it that I hear? This is exciting news. This is a replay of the exciting news. We see Farina lapping Rosier. They both take too much speed. Rosier retires. Farina crashes heavily. His car is damaged and he has to retire. This means Bira is world champion as it stands. With Staf only fighting for P10 against Peter Whitehead. And Bira is indeed behind Staf Vermeulen. This really is exciting news for Prince Bira. He is the world champion as it stands right now. If Staf ever wants to become world champion, he has to put the pedal to the metal and get at least to the 3rd position or 2nd position. We are on lap 11 with Staf Vermeulen and Peter Whitehead. They are going through Curva Grande. Staf Vermeulen has just re-overtaken Peter Whitehead. Look at how close the Briton is. Will Vermeulen be able to defend his position? He is 9th now with the retirement of Farina. Into the Lesmo they go. And Peter Whitehead goes around the outside of Vermeulen. I believe Vermeulen has lifted because he wants the car to finish the race. He wants to finish the race and wants to protect his car, and he does that by letting Peter Whitehead go. This is the end of the battle between the Belgian driver and the Briton veteran. We are on lap 16, following Staf's point of view. He's on the Rettifilo straight. In the meantime, we have lost Maurice Trintignant and Murray. Now Staf goes through the Parabolica curve. Peter Whitehead ahead has managed a gap of 30 seconds already after Staf has let him go. And in the rearview mirror, you see Felice Bonetto closing in on Staf. Staf is about to get lapped. He is shown the blue flag. On your left, you will see him now. That is Felice Bonetto. Staf is now a lap down, and that is not good for his championship hopes. Meaning, Prince Bira, as it stands, who is also a lap down, is the world champion of 1950. Here we see a replay of Louis Chiron in the Curva Lesmo, the first one. He loses control of his car, crashes heavily into the barrier, and that means he has to retire. I hope the driver is okay. And this is a replay of the Swiss driver Tullio de Graffenried in the Curva Parabolica, loses control and ends up in the gravel, tumbling. I hope he is okay, but he is also forced to retire the car. And here we have a replay of Reg Parnell him being chased into the Parabolica. He loses control also and has a tumble as well. He rolls over and I hope he is okay as well. Lands on his wheels. He seems to be okay. We are on lap 25 for Staf, and he's been shown the blue flags again. He's being lapped by someone in the top 10 twice. So that's one person in the top 10, and that's the second person in the top 10 that has lapped Staf. That is definitely not good. As long as he can finish the car, he will be happy. We are again on the Rettifilo straight. Staf is on lap 28, his lap 28, and in the background you see two red cars approaching. One of them is definitely Felice Bonetto. This means that in just moments, in a couple of moments, Staf will be 2 laps down, but the car is still running, and that is good for Staf's confidence going into the next season. There you have Felice Bonetto, who laps Staf Vermeulen. He's now 2 laps down, and then you have another red car. That number seems to belong to Peter Whitehead. It is now Peter Whitehead that is going to lap Staf. That is the car that Staf has been fighting with in the beginning of the race, and there you have it. Staf has been lapped by Peter Whitehead, meaning there is no chance for Staf to win this title anymore. This is now confirmed. Prince Bira is the 1950 Formula 1 World Champion. It's been slow going for Staf Vermeulen. He has been lonely this entire race. He has seen almost no cars and almost no battles outside of that one battle with Peter Whitehead. He sees in the distance a car that he can be lapped, but what is this? There seems to be a commotion somewhere on the track. I'm getting messages. I'm getting messages that some people have run out of fuel. Yes, I hear that some people have run out of fuel. We'll see replays of that shortly. This is what the commotion has been all about. We are following Juan Manuel Fangio, who pulls aside. It doesn't seem to be a mechanical failure or an engine failure. No, he has run out of fuel, and I am getting messages that Fagioli, Sanesi and Taruffi have also run out of fuel. What an end of the race this is. We are following Bira in what is supposed to be the last lap of him for the 1950 season, and he loses control and crashes heavily, rolls over the barrier. I hope he is okay. He gets run into. I think that might be Bob Gerard, and Bira has to retire in this race. We are now following Staf Vermeulen, who is going to start his final lap on his final race in the 1950 season. As we now hear that Prince Bira has retired officially, he is still the world champion with how it stands. Staf is now P6, he is going through Curva Grande. He must be content with himself that he has made the car last with the strategy and the tactics that he has used in order to completely cool down the car. And now he's going through the Lesmo curves, and in my commentary box, what do I see? I see a red car approaching. I see a red car approaching. We are going through not Curva Grande, a Parabolica turn. I saw a red car approaching. That is the number 52 car of Felice Bonetto, and the Italian driver is going to win the Italian Grand Prix of 1950. Felice Bonetto has won the final Grand Prix of 1950. And here we are following Franco Comotti, going through the Curva Sud or Curva Parabolica as it will become to be known. He will finish in P2. The number 62 car of Comotti will finish in P2 in the Italian Grand Prix of 1950. He will get the second podium position. And here we are following the number 16 car of Alberto Ascari, that is in a Ferrari. He is going through the Curva Sud, the final corner of the Monza circuit. He is coming up onto the finish line, and he was almost a lap down on Felice Bonetto, but he has managed to stay on the lead lap and finishes P3 for Ferrari. And here we are following Staf on the main straight, going up onto the finish line. He is 2 laps down in P6, but he will finish the race in P6 He is not the world champion, that is Prince Bira, but he managed to finish the race altogether. Here are the 1950 Italian Grand Prix results. Bonetto takes P1 and the fastest lap of the race. Then in P2 we have Comotti, in P3 we have Ascari, then Serafini in P4 and Whitehead is P5, getting the final points. After that we have Vermeulen, Harrison, Bira, Biondetti, Taruffi, Sanesi, Fagioli, Fangio, Gerard, Parnell, De Graffenried, Chiron, Murray, Trintignant, Farina, Rosier, Manzon, Louveau, Peach, Gonzalez, Étancelin, Cabantou, Roll, Levesque, Sommer, Meres and Chabot. And here are the final standings for the 1950 Formula 1 season. Bira takes the crown with 22 points in total and 22 points that are eligible. Then in P2 we have the surprise of the season, Staf Vermeulen. Then in third place we have Farina with 15 points. After that we have De Graffenried, Comotti, Sanesi, Roll, Bonetto, Gerard, Chiron, Fagioli, Pozzi, Fangio, Johnson, Whitehead, Ascari, Hampshire, Serafini, Harrison, Gonzalez, Shell, and Crossley is the last points paying or points scorer. Then we have Murray, Fry, Sommer, Parnell, Trintignant, Walker, Rosier, Villoresi, Manzon, Kelly, Cabantou, Chabot, Étancelin, Martin, Biondetti, Pian, Levesque, Branca, Pagani, Fischer, Peach, Louveau, Meres and Taruffi. Here we have an overview of Staf's 1950 season. As you can see, he has won third place in Great Britain, where he has gotten the fastest lap. Then the disaster in Monaco, 29th place. The disaster in Indy, he netted a fastest lap. Then a points finish in Switzerland. The heartbreak in Belgium with a DNF actually, in which he got 17th position. Then the surprise win in France, where he also got the fastest lap. And then a non-scoring points finish in Italy with 6th place. It gives him 18 points in total with 1 win. Staf had finished the race, but not in the position he had needed. 6th place, 2 laps down on race winner Felice Bonetto. With Nino Farina retiring, the outcome was clear. Prince Bira was world champion. Even without the points calculations, Staf knew it. He had never truly been in contention here at Monza. His car, though strong on the straights, thanks to his own modifications, lacked acceleration. And the cooling issues still lingered. Over a full race distance, it simply wasn't enough. But in the end, that didn't matter. Staf had finished. And as he stepped out of the car, he felt something unexpected. Contentment. He had entered this world as an outsider, a mechanic chasing a dream. Now he had raced across Europe, claimed a Grand Prix victory, and finished second in the World Championship. He was more than he had ever imagined. Yet, now a new question stood before him. What came next? Would he continue racing, or would he leave it all behind, return to his life as a mechanic, and be there for his family? It was not an easy choice. After the race, Johnny Claes approached him. The team boss had an offer, a seat for the 1951 season. Staf listened carefully, then replied that he would first discuss it with his wife. Johnny understood. He had seen the dangers of the sport himself. Still, he needed an answer before the end of the year. Staf agreed. He would let him know. Later, Staf made his way to congratulate the new world champion, Prince Bira. It was no small achievement. With just 3 scoring finishes, including 2 victories and a second place, he had held onto the championship lead across the 7 rounds. As for Staf, he finished second overall, a result he had never dared to dream of. Now it was time to return home, back to Belgium, back to Marie and young Sebastian. And there, away from the roar of engines and the danger of the circuits, he would decide his future.